We're here. The next match is going to be Laos versus the Philippines here. And we're going to introduce the Laos roster with Gohan, Nesh, Kaiwan, Teodu, and Bobby XZ.
They haven't had many chances to play many other teams yet, but I'm really excited to see their match versus the Philippines, whose roster is comprised of Arcadia, Kuroki, Leather, Antihero, and Peace Boy.
Yeah, we're going to see which team is going to be able to play that early aggressive contact. We've seen been so successful so far in the Asian games. I'll be excited to see how Philippines will do because they love playing a really aggressive early game competition. I'm excited also to see how Laos is going to play, how they're going to draft. Are they going to follow the meta draft, or they're going to pick up some surprise pocket bans and pocket pickers as well?
We're going to hop right into this pick ban stage. Laos is going to be on the blue side, so they have first ban and first pick, and the Philippines is going to be on that red side on the right.
Yeah, let's see if the Teamy is going to come out as a ban here. Normally, Boo Slide, first ban, first pick. Teamy is usually one that they're going to ban out right away. I wonder if ARM's going to be banned because ARM has been making it through in some of the drafts in the other matches. And Philippines, are they going to take away the Superman? I think they probably will. So let's see what Laos is going to decide. And instead, they're going to ban the Superman, which is so interesting for a team on blue side.
Yeah, typically you don't see the blue side first banning the Superman. You typically first ban the Teamy, because if the other team doesn't ban the Superman and you don't, it means that you're able to first pick him. And he is just in a total class of his own because Superman just completely asserts his dominance over the entire game, early game to the end game. He's just such a strong pick, so you don't want to deny him from yourself.
Yeah, all right, Zaniel being banned here. Wonder Woman is the other ban as well. Looks like they're prioritizing a lot of side laners. So I wonder if Omen is going to be coming out as a ban. Arum will be taken off by the Philippines there. We saw how good she is in the early game, especially with the Ravenous Beast passive that she has there. Let's see if they're going to continue the trend of banning out the side laners, because Omen has been banned as well. Teamy is still available. Yorn. I don't think Yorn will be banned here, but we also have other strong heroes such as Ryoma seeing some bans, right? We see Alice seeing some bans every now and then. So let's see what they're gonna be picking out here. Kaiwan just floating between the, the Valheim and the Yorn here. Maybe he likes seeing Yorn's avatar. He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, the sun god, he is just incomparable. It looks like he's going to be hovering over the Ryoma, and that is going to be the ban for Laos. The Philippines, let's see what they respond with. It looks like these teams are going to be banning away the sideliners as well. They're just so strong, and the sideliners are really, really what makes or breaks the game so often.
Yeah, let's see if Max will be banned. Lubu is open as well. Wonder Woman already taken off. Yeah, Max is going to be taken off the board, and Lubu is going to be looking like the nice pick here, but Teamy is open. Alice is open, Malik open. Those are also very strong sideliners. So I could see potentially a Teamy pick or a Malik pick here for Lao.
Yeah, for sure. Zenial has been taken off the field, so you can't really do any crazy combos with him. But they're also Max isn't banned off, but Malik is open, Lubu is open, Tara is open. So you have a lot of strong sideliners that are still left in this pool right now.
Yeah, definitely here. So let's see how Philippines going to respond here, because they can take the Teamy here, they can take the Lubu as well, and that's going to give them a pretty solid composition to build around. So let's see what they're going to opt to do. We also have Flash open. Some teams like to pick Flash over Liliana and vice versa, but it's really a preference for the team.
I think Teamy would be really good here, or Alice either. Two of these really, really great supports are still left in, and Philippines is going to lock in that Scud. That is such an interesting pick. He is so off meta. Pro play doesn't really see him that often, but I do hear that Scud is very, very dominant in the solo lane. He does have crowd control, he does have movement abilities, and he is relatively tanky as well.
Yeah, he is very tanky, and the longer he fights, he has anabolic rage, the more damage he does. He can do up to 2,000 damage with a tank build late game. So he's very viable, and his ultimate Wild Boost Furry, is a nice knock-up that can knock enemies into your allies or away to protect. So it'll be interesting to see how he'll be played in solo lane, but he's a very aggressive type of hero. He did get a nice buff in the recent patches. And then Teamy open is going to be taken along with Liliana.
I think both of these teams are a little bit trying to troll the casters over here. We saw Philippines hovering over that Vera over there. But we do see the Philippines are going to pick up that very, very strong support in the Teamy and Liliana. A very good mid laner as well. I don't know how well she fares in the Flash, but I think at this point it's pretty much based on personal preference. Both of them are very excellent mid laners that work in a lot of compositions.
So the question is, who's going to get the Lindis next here? Lindis has been such a dominant priority pick. We also have Zephy's potentially siding for the Malik, or they may go with the Xanax, but Lubu, wow, has made it through the draft actually. I totally forgot with Lubu, we mentioned him earlier, but he only picked up, and such a solid draft from Lao here so far. Let's see what the last pick for Philippines anti-hero will be here. Are they going to go with the Violet? Or they're going to go with a dive composition because it's going to be a little dangerous. Yep, they're going to go for the Violet because, again, ADC is the meta. But they got to be able to make sure Flash does not get onto the Violet because that's going to make him very dangerous with the Cyclone ultimate onto Violet.
Yeah, for sure. Teamy is going to try his best to be able to get that Pooty Poots onto the Laotian team. And we're going to see Scud as well. He's going to be providing some really, really important peel for the side of the Philippines. I do think that Violet makes a really, really good counter to the Malik with that shock ultimate, whereas Violet is able to just roll out of his way and then poke at him from afar.
Yeah, the thing about Scud too, we haven't seen a lot of Scud play, but he's actually pretty strong as a solo laner. He has a nice engage ability, gap closer called Furious Charge, and runs in there, knocks you up into the air, and then Power Glove. It increases attack speed and movement speed, and he's able to do a lot of damage dishing out and just stacking on his anabolic rage as well. So you want to use Power Glove immediately after hitting an opponent with Furious Charge. And also Wild Beast Fury, it resets his Furious Charge cooldown. So Scud can be a combo machine if played right. So I'm really looking forward to Kuroki using the Execute talent and basically going in as Scud and getting a lot of kills and displacing enemy opponents into really tough situations where his allies can then capitalize on.
Yeah, I think that Scud is a little bit of a pocket pick. Because you don't see him play that often, I think it's going to be a little bit of an advantage for the Philippines because it puts the other team off guard. They're going to be unfamiliar with his combos, which he has a lot of. They're going to be unfamiliar with his toolkit. So it means that he's going to have the upper hand when it comes to this kind of element of surprise in that Scud pick.
Yeah, one thing that Lao has is they have double heal. They have a Malik heal and Alice has a heal as well as a talent. So honestly, they have a stronger early game because of the double heal. As long as they fight together and use those heals in subsequent durations, they can take advantage of that talent early. But however, Philippines is the team that's going to be a lot more aggressive here. And look at the Violet, going to jump away from Bobby XZ, and look at the Lubu, gets a knock up on the Violet, and Theodu is going to be backing off the Arcadia, trying to try to come in with the Pooty Poots, but not going to land on anybody here.
Yeah, you're going to see Teamy had to blow his flicker, and now he can't get away. So that's going to be an early double kill for the side of Laos.
Yeah, there we go. Look at Theodu, so Sunshine. That is amazing, hitting two opponents there. Such a good job. They're getting the 2 kills early, and that's going to put Lao at a huge lead there. 3K gold already over Philippines 2.4K.
Yeah, such a good early lead for the Laotian team, but this is really, really beneficial for them because they are an early game composition. They have so many strong heroes for the early game, so they're really, really going to be looking to push that lead even further.
Yeah, and that's something that Philippines needed to pay attention to because like, Malik was able to use that heal, right? Theodu didn't even use his heal, and they won that fight, so they got to be careful. The fact that they try to invade a double heal composition, and look at that, anti-hero is going to flicker away immediately because he saw Alice rotate just in time there.
And you're going to see them skirmishing a little bit over the Seagull. Bobby is going to be forced to back off because they see that the Teamy with his Pooty Poots charged up, charging towards him. Anti-Hero is just going to take his time, clearing that wave, and then take that Seagull, giving him a tiny bit of a gold and experience advantage over Laos.
Yeah, definitely. That's what Philippines needs to do here. Continue those nice rotations. What a nice aggressive play by Teamy. But look at that. Kuroki is in deep trouble here. He's going to fall, but he's going to be able to just dash away with his Furious Charge and get to safety.
We're going to see this first Abyssal Dragon spawning over here. I think the Laotian team is in a bit of a better position, especially since they zoned out the mid laner Leather over there out. He's going to be a little bit low, a little bit too low to contest, I believe. So if I were Laos, I would be collapsing onto the Abyssal Dragon right now after getting this kill.
Steps onto the trap and activates another trap. What a beautiful trap laid there by Nesh there on the Lindis, poking down the Liliana, using the bushes from the river to do so much burst damage, getting her low and securing another kill. 3-0 for the side of Lao.
Yeah, that was such a beautiful, beautiful combo. It just shows the abilities that you are able to pull off with Lindis if you are mechanically proficient with her. She's gonna get another kill over there on the top side onto Anti-Hero. Raising the lead to 1K gold for Laos within 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah, look at Nesh. Oh my goodness, another play, getting 3 kills on the mid and then 2 kills on top just now. This Lindis is just going off the chain, and they're going to secure the top tower as well, putting them well over 1K gold. The Philippines has got to respond to this aggression.
The Scud is over there, kind of jonesing around in their bottom forest, kind of getting that red buff for his team. But the Malik is going to use a shock ultimate going onto him, and the cleave is going to come out, and all that true damage is going to mean that Kuroki's armor is going to mean nothing.
Yeah, Kuroki's going to have to back off there. He's not able to get the red buff. He's going to have to push the wave. Nice rotation by Kwawan there to deny the red buff being stolen away from them. And Nesh is going to be able to pick up that red buff. And once he has a red buff, he's going to be able to rotate and make some plays here because Abyssal Dragon is in play right now. And this is important for the Philippines to try to get it. But Gohan gets caught out, gets stunned, but he's going to be able to be saved by Theodu there on the Alice.
Both of these teams are really, really positioning themselves to be able to try to capture the first dragon of the game. You see so many crucial fights happening around here, and Nesh is going to be low, but she is going to be able to walk away safely because she's so fed. Arcade is going to fall again, and Nesh is just getting more and more fed as this game goes on.
Yeah, that combo, Theodu is doing such a good job landing this Sunshine stuns and basically allowing Nesh and the Flash there, Gohan, to jump in there and just burst on the person that's stunned. Again, this is what Alice, a great Alice player, is so clutch for their team. They're setting up the plays and the support that they need. And look at the damage coming up from Nesh. They're going in there. However, Violet's going to come down. Scud is not able to get the kill, but Violet will be able to land the far shot. Buhat gets the kill onto Linus.
That was such a beautiful shutdown, and that Violet's concussive rounds really made the difference. And since it does have additional range as well, and it splashes, it managed to clip that Lindis and shut her down once and for all.
Yeah, that was huge. Now, hopefully, Philippines is going to make a play for the Abyssal Dragon here. But it looks like they're not going to push for Abyssal Dragon. Nesh just respawned, so their timer is going to run out a little bit. However, Leather is on Liliana. That means later the game gets, the more powerful this Liliana gets. But you can't forget Flash too. Flash is extremely strong in the late game as well. So it's going to come down to which team is going to better outplay them. But right now, just a 1K goalie for Lao. Philippines is not falling as behind as they could have.
I really like these rotations coming out from both of their teams. They're both playing around their junglers and their carries, keeping them safe from trouble, and they're moving around the map together. You see them positioning themselves, getting ready for a fight around the Abyssal Dragon, trying to see who will claim victory and obtain that gold lead.
Yeah, look at Theodu. He's going to be really low. Leon's going to be able to get... Oh, no. Yes, he jumps on, gets the Rocky shot, but it's going to be able to survive here. So close. Look at that. This friendship comes just in the nick of time to run away to safety.
Yeah, that was such a big mistake by Leather over there on that Liliana. She was close enough to be in range to auto-attack her, but instead opted to charge up that Reiki shot.
Wow, and the custom round comes out and gets a nice snipe onto Gohan there. And Philippines is just coming right back in his game, and Antayo gets a kill on Nesh there. Beautiful use of his ultimate of Omen's Death Embrace, going to lock down and get that kill.
And you're going to see both of these teams kind of hanging around here, trying to see whether the red team is going to go for the Abyssal Dragon. Kaiwan is over there, trying to see if he can maybe get his ultimate, that shock, onto it and steal it perhaps, and also knock up the entire enemy team.
Yeah, that's the key there. Look at that. He's going to be knocking him up. Look at Scud here. Amazing to see that Scud is viable. The way the Philippines playing it's worked out really well for him. Again, he does so much burst damage. You can't forget, he also has execute. So when the opponent is low, the execute can be activated to get a nice burst kill before the heal can jump into effect.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And I think part of it definitely is that the other team just isn't familiar to play against Scud, whereas Kuroki is clearly very familiar with his hero, knows the ins and outs of it, and knows how to exploit his combos, knows how to exploit his abilities to be able to gain an advantage.
Yeah, Spirit Sentinel is going to be coming off the timer here, wondering with top tower being lost on the side of Philippines, they can put a lot of pressure here on Lao. But look at Anti-Hero's in a really tough position here. He's going to be caught out. Flash going to jump on him, and he's not going to be able to get out of this alive. But he does somehow manage to come alive, and the stun and the shining light, moonlight, comes out just in time to save him. Leather in there in the nick of time to save his buddy.
Look at these rotations from Team Philippines. They're really making up for that kill deficit that they acquired earlier in the game, and now being ahead by even 1K gold. They're playing together so nicely, and you can really tell that this team plays together and synergizes so well.
Yeah, Liliana is starting to get online now, level 9. We are up at the 730 mark. Her burst damage is starting to show up. Once she gets that boomstick, it do so much more damage. And another stun combo onto it. He has to flicker away, and he's able to survive. But look at the poke there from Lindis. Oh my goodness, the Lunar Champion comes out to secure the kill.
Yeah, that teammate over there, if you notice, while he was getting away, he thought that he was going to die, so he popped his being a bro. But that means he didn't have it to save the Lindis or himself, so now he's just dying and feeding the enemy team kills.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate. If he had that being a bro, he could have been able to save his Violet there. Buhat would have been alive there. But again, when Teamy uses his ultimate on himself, that is not good. That means you're playing defensive instead of aggressive, and as a result, your win condition is not in your favor.
For sure. Early in the game, Teamy's cooldown on his ultimate is over a minute, I believe. So it means that if you waste it, you can't just do it willy-nilly like that because you won't have it later.
Yeah, look at the burst damage from Ness. They're coming in there. Leather has to run away. Croaky getting shot. It'll Furious charge away just in the nick of time, but Nash on this Lindis is doing so much work. And look at the rotation speed with that Sunshine, with that friendship from Alice and the treading softly passive from the bushes. Lindis is able to rotate across the map so quickly here.
Look at her just zooming around the map, taking the camp, I believe. Oh, nope, they're going to go push this Omen. And since she does have the red buff, he's going to be slowed down so much. That is going to be an easy kill for the Laotian team.
Yeah, definitely here. Gohan is going to go ahead, take up the farm, and look at that, 11-4 so far. But the gold lead is not significantly in Laos's favor, even though they have more kills. It just shows you that objective control, dragon control is the one that really helps you snowball here. And look at that, the Philippines is still even in gold at this point.
That's absolutely true. And speaking of objective control, we see the Laotian team positioning themselves around the Abyssal Dragon. They're kind of poking at that Liliana, trying to get her to back off so that the Laotian team can take that Abyssal Dragon.
Yeah, definitely here. And look at how Philippines is going to play here. They can combo, you know, a Scud ultimate with a Teamy stun, but Arcada is going to get caught here, and look at the amount of damage. He has to activate his ultimate, but they're going to wait for him to respawn. They're going to kill Melee. He's going to be able to flicker out, but that's not going to be enough, and he falls. That's unfortunate positioning by Arcada. He's got to be very careful on himself as Teamy there, because again, he's using ultimate on himself, and the result, not being able to do much of anything in a lot of these fights.
Yeah, I think the silver lining on that chain of events for the Philippines team is that the Flash wasted his flicker and his ult when that probably wasn't needed for Laotian team. So now in the next fight, because his cooldowns are so long, he probably won't have the flicker or the ultimate potentially available for him. So that's something to really keep in mind for the Filipino team.
Yeah, definitely here. And Liliana is trying to get online here, slowly but surely. Again, Violet and Liliana are stronger in the late game, I would say, than Lindis and Flash are. I mean, I think Flash and Liliana are pretty even, but I think Violet is definitely much more damage potential in burst than Lindis has, and has more range. So as long as they can make it to the late game, Philippines has a chance to make it back there.
Yeah, Lindis definitely falls off a little bit late game, whereas she scales really hard in the early game. But Violet late game, she is just such a beast. She can siege towers with the extra range given to her by her tactical fire as well.
Yeah, and look at Lindis there, clearing out the jungle so quickly with that Luna Champion ultimate. She activated that thing 5 times. Look at the amount of damage on Arcade again. Has to use his being a bro on himself, and that's putting him in a bad spot, but Nesh is pretty low. The heal comes out. Malik still has a heal up. Alice is going to be taken down. Theodu falls. Anti-Hero's going to jump in there, but he's going to fall as well. No being a bro is able to save him. Kuroki and Anti-Hero fall, and Buhat is in a really tough position. He's going to get sniped by Nesh.
Nesh is just such a beast over here on this Lindis with that extra movement speed, getting herself a triple kill at this point in the game. She is just so amazing at kiting, and because of that, the enemy team just can't catch her while she just leisurely does damage to them at her own pace.
Yeah, Lindis is such a priority pick, and we can see why she's so powerful. The fast rotation is really what makes her so strong. She can run across the map so quickly, farm, and just get ahead of any other carry, and that's what makes her so good. And teams need to be able to figure that out and try to counter that, because if they don't, Lindis just takes the lead and makes that snowball into a much bigger one.
Yeah, I totally agree. And with her movement speed, allowing her to just move around and run around the map so quickly, it means that the other team has such a hard time catching her. Because by the time you get a glimpse of her, because through her minions or someone seeing her in the forest or something, she's already running. And by the time you reach the spot she was originally at, she's long gone.
Yeah, exactly. And I wonder what Philippines going to do here. They're starting to fall more behind. 4K gold behind now. Violet needs to come online here. They need to get level 15. You can see level 15 on Nesh already. They're probably going to take this bomb tower here. No contest. They're going to just give it up. Philippines doing a little more, playing more defensive here. Leather is going to fall too. That's really on here. They're going to have to back up here and be careful, because the amount of damage, oh my goodness, he cannot run away. The red buff plus the frost cape is just too much for Scud to handle.
Lindis is just so great. Nesh's plays are just amazing. Maybe not that, running himself into the wall, but everything else, his rotations, his farm, his ganks are just so incredible. That shock ultimate is going to be able to zone out the Philippine team while Nesh just takes the tower.
Yeah, and look at that. What a nice play by Malik there. using Shock to just zone out the enemy team so that the wave can gut the tower and Nesh can just easily take down the high ground tower. And look at it, another focus on high ground tower. Nesh is hitting on the high ground tower. They're going to be able to take an Arcada's pretty low. He's might be able to fall. Activates his ultimate, but it's not going to be enough there. The Being a Bro is not activated and they fall, and that's going to be GG for Team Lao.
Such a really great game because you saw how well Nesh had his priorities in order. He was just taking that tower, forcing it, saving his minions HP so that they could finish down the tower in 13 minutes.
Yeah, what dominating play of our Team Lao there. Again, Lindis 14-2. Look at the damage items they're able to build already. Violet just so far behind, and Liliana barely able to finish any tier 3 items as well. Looks like Laos was able to take and run away with this game.
Yeah, that Violet was just shut down so hard. Let's take a look at the kill participation now.
Yeah, we'll look at kill participation next and see how much. Look at it. Lindis is all over the map everywhere. 94.4% kill participation. Most gold, most towers. Got every single mark pretty much. 54% of the team damage. Nesh, the uber carry on Team Lao.
Yeah, I think Nesh is definitely going to be a player to look out for in the next game that we're going to hop into in just 1 second.
Yeah, I wonder now if they're going to deny, Philippines will deny Lindis from Lao, because the way that Nesh played Lindis was just so overbearing. So I think they definitely need to either take it away or ban it away from Team Lao here to be able to respond.
I absolutely agree that Nesh was just such a beast. Those rotations, that damage, and the ability to siege your towers was just insane. There is no way that the Philippines should be allowing Laos to use her in the next match like that.
Yeah, she was too overbearing, so I think they definitely ban. Two-man will be taken off. Lao does not want to give Philippines a chance to come back here. So let's see if they're going to decide to either take that Lindis away or just going to first pick it.
Yeah, we're going to see Aram and Flash taken off the board as well. Both very meta picks. And the thing with the Flash is that it leaves one other like S tier mid laner on the field, which is Liliana. So we're going to see maybe these teams prioritizing Liliana as a pick because she plays very well into any other mid laner.
Yeah, definitely. A Wonder Woman is going to be banned. It looks like the DC Comics heroes on the right side are going to be banned away. Zenny will be taken out of the map. I wonder if Malik will be taken off here, or Teamy potentially, or even Alice or Lubu. Let's see if they're going to continue that side lane of focus here, because Liliana is open. So they can also go ban Liliana since Flash has been banned, and that's going to give Liliana a nice first pick. But that's going to leave Teamy open to one of these teams.
I do think in the last game, Arcadia on that Teamy didn't use him to the greatest extent. He kept on using those Being a Bros on himself. So I think Laos might think, hey, I don't really mind if they have Teamy. Go ahead, first pick him. We'll just kill you over and over, even if you revive.
Malik is banned here. Liliana, Teamy, all nice first pick. Lindis as well could be a first pick. Remember there, Philippines wants to maybe take the Lindis away from Lao there. The way that Ness was playing Lindis was so dangerous. Let's see if they're going to opt to do that, or are they going to take Teamy like they did last time. But Arcade was so out of position. They're going to first pick Ryoma instead there. Wow. Trying to secure the guy lane, but you have Lubu open. You have Omen open. Some pretty strong side laners are still available.
Yeah, maybe the Philippines is aiming to counter that ADC composition with a very heavy hitting assassin like Ryoma. We're going to see that Lubu hovered over by Laos. And we're going to see that Alice hovered over. Alice is just such a strong pick with amazing crowd control. That hissy fit, that sunshine, she is just so strong.
Yeah, definitely. I think Teamy could be a pick here. Or they can go with the Thane here, potentially into the Alice to counter her a little better. But, you know, Deodu on Alice just played so well, especially in game 1. He had that beautiful sunshine hit, double hit in the first rotation, allowing it 2 kills off the bat, giving a huge advantage over to Lao there. Philippines gonna go with the Teamy again. Arcadia's gonna have to play carefully. Hopefully they should take the Lindis away here. I would love them to take Lindis away here and deny the Lindis over to Nash. So let's see if the Philippines will do that.
I do think that if the Philippines picked Lindis at this point, they would kind of lack the tankiness because of the Teamy. He's not the most tanky support, but it looks like they're going to be hovering over the Max, which is a really great pick, because if Laos goes for that Lindis again, that ADC composition, Max is a pretty good counter to an ADC because that ultimate, his liftoff, is able to follow her across the entire map.
Yeah, exactly. He is like the counter to ADC. He get in the backline so easily. Tower might be picked up here along with Lubu. Those are 2 solid split pushing side laners. Ryoma and Max can mostly hold their own against this. Be more of a skill matchup. You know, if Roma faces Tar, he has more range than Tar, so he can definitely abuse Tar. And look at that, the Lindis will be picked up by Nesh here. And Philippines need to make sure they're able to respond to this Lindis pick on Nesh.
Omen is still open, actually. Omen, a very, very strong side laner. So potentially the Philippines might put Ryoma in the jungle and then pick up a second side laner to accompany the Max, because Omen is just so strong and so good at split pushing. They're still hovering that over. We're going to see if they go again with that Lindis into the Max. I don't really know if I would do that, but they are going to lock it in. I guess if it works, then might as well go for it again. And
oh wow, L'Oreal picked here instead of Liliana. They're going to give Liliana over to the Philippines. I don't think they're going to Ryoma jungle here because, again, ADC is just really much stronger. If they don't win early game, then Lao is just going to dominate them. And wow, they are going to pick a die composition here. They go with Lindis and whoa, not Lindis, but Zephyrs and Tulin. That is an aggressive, in-your-face composition along with Max. Max can just go onto Lindis, and then the team just needs to follow up. And this is perfect for Teamy because Teamy wants to go in there, land a huge putty poot, and then his entire team go in there so he can revive them when they fall.
Personally, I actually really like L'Oreal as a hero, so I don't necessarily mind this pick from Laos. She has a lot of iframes with her second ability, that's Smite, so it means that you have a lot of outplay potential because you have invincibility frames every single time you use that dash.
Yeah, that blink is huge for an iframe. She can iframe a tower shot as well, and she actually works great against this composition in the late game. She pretty much counters Zephyrs pretty hard in late game though, so they gotta make sure that they shut her down in the early game. And that's a nice pick, L'Oreal. I wonder if they're going to go with Tara here. Yep, they're going to opt to go for Tara. And it's going to be two pretty strong split-pushing side laners here. Not a lot of CC, though, unfortunately. Only Alice has some, Louis has a knockout. But you see on the side of the Philippines, they have decent amount of CC. The Teamy, Putty Poot, Ryoma, Willing Blade, and Zephyrs left on the ball.
That's true. They definitely really have the damage to follow up. So I really like the Philippine composition over here. What side is your money on, Sweet?
Yeah, I think if Philippines execute the early game and they combo a lot, they can take this away because Zephyrs is such a hard counter to ADC, especially early and mid game, so never get Lindis to the late game. But if Laos makes it, you know, past the 15-minute mark, then with L'Oreal, with Lindis, they're going to be able to counter Philippines pretty hard there, especially L'Oreal late game. It's going to defeat this comp really easily, so they got to be very careful. Philippines got to be very careful not let Lao get to late game.
That's definitely true. I will note, though, that L'Oreal has received a couple of nerfs, one being the removal of Endure from the game. Now she'll have to build it with the Arctic Orb if she wants it. And that Endure is just such a good talent on L'Oreal, allowing her to become immune to all damage for 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. Arctic Orb is now the active that gives Endure, because it's taken it from the talent. You can see there, Alice has the heal. So in terms of invades, the talent, the team with the heal talent is going to have a leg up as long as they're all together and a heal maximizes, you know, the effect over the entire party. So let's see what Philippines will do there to counter against this Alice heal pick in the early game.
Yeah, we're going to see both sides kind of splitting up, kind of scouting out the entire enemy team. And we're going to see, look at these, this positioning by both teams. They're kind of scouting out, kind of seeing the vision all across the river. We're going to see the Tar kind of making her way into the jungle while seeing that the green team, the Philippine team, is all taken care of on the bottom side.
Yeah, look, he's going to leash away this blue buff here, and he's going to come back. That's such a great play by Lao there. Lindis is in the jungle. Nesh is in the jungle, counter jungling, be able to take and get ahead on that rotation. They have to go ahead and take this farm here, or else Nesh is going to go ahead and, wow, going to take the entire jungle. That's huge for Nesh there, allowing again Lindis to get ahead, and that's not going to be good for, ooh, look at that. Hiroki's going to show up here and try to get onto Nesh, and Nesh is going to run away with bush to bush there. Just so hard to catch.
Yeah, I really love Lindis, and I love seeing the success that these teams will have with it. Nesh is so godly on Lindis, but that flicker on the teaming Pooty Poots is going to get her so
but the
low.
heal comes out just in time. Kaiwan at the right place at the right time with the sunshine and the heal, saving Lindis.
We're going to see, I love these rotations by Teamy. Teamy did use a flicker, so I think that Arcadia is playing a lot better. He's coming out of his shell a little bit in this match with Teamy.
Yeah, look at that. They are able to invade. Philippines playing super aggressive, invading and securing the red buff because they saw how low Nesh was. Nesh had to go home after that And as a result of that knowledge, Philippines is now ahead 3.7k to 3, looking much better in this game number 2.
Yeah, the Philippines has been having a really great early game, and I think instead of trying to contest it and trying to steal it, I think Laos should have maybe just accepted that it was gone and gone for the counter jungle, because there was no one there watching the Philippine bottom jungle, so that she could have probably easily gotten there, and because Lindis has very fast clear, claimed the entire thing for herself.
Yeah, Dragon is in play. You see Tulin helping the Zephyrs. Buhat get a faster rotation. Nesh is going to go ahead and jump on this Spirit Sentinel, but they got to deny it, but Kuraki does not show up in time there. Bobby XC is going ahead, try to push him out a little bit, but Dragon is in play. And look at Philippines, they're setting up for this Dragon play. Tulin is going to come from behind and try to zone out Gohan here.
Yeah, look at that Tulin over there just chilling in the bush. But the Max did pop his lift off, so he does have vision on everyone. So everyone is scared to engage on the Laotian side. And that is going to be a kill from Max onto the Lindis there.
Yeah, nice pick by Max there. Saw that Ness was trying to go in the jungle, get the kill there. And now Philippines looking really solid right now. They need to take the Dragon at this point. Looks like they're jumping on the Dragon. They're able to secure the Dragon, puts him at a nice 2k, almost 2k gold lead.
Such a comfortable lead for them, and not even 3 minutes into the game. So hopefully the Philippines will be able to snowball this and bring it back to a game 3.
Yeah, this is going to be key for Philippines. They got to keep up the pressure. They got to keep the execution. Again, their assassin comp is a heavy execution comp. They have to chain the combo of the Death from Above, the Wailing Blade, as well as the Pooty Poots. And you have Kuroki here. You can go right in the back line against that Lindis.
I think the Philippine team is really getting their composure together, doing those 4-man rotations. You see that Tulin heading over to the top lane. Bobby XC is forced to retreat. And that static shock from the Max is really going to counter the sustain that she has.
Yeah, definitely here. You can see Theodu is going to have to back out, and he played actually Alice last time, and they switched up. Kaiwan is playing the Alice this time, but Antihero in a very tough spot and gets collapsed on 4-man rotation down there to bomb, but there's no wave, so he's not going to be able to push the bomb tower and get it here.
Yeah, but the Lubu is going to have a wave crashing in from the bottom side. He's going to be looking to clear that wave. And with the Lindis over there on bottom, it looks like they might trade towers, but they don't have any minions in the middle lane. So it looks like that might be a free tower for Laos.
Yeah, free tower. The wave coming down there just in time. Laos going to take the tower. Philippines cannot do this as an Assassin Cup. You want to be the one taking towers. You want to get the ganks in jungle, then trade the objectives and keep putting pressure and denying and living in your enemy's jungle, because that's what Assassin Cup do. But they will trade the top tower for that bottom tower.
The Abyssal Dragon is going to be spawning in just 30 more seconds, so the teams are going to be looking to get a pick that will put them in an advantageous position to have a numbers advantage and take the next Abyssal Dragon.
Yeah, definitely here. You can see the mid lane. Tulin's putting so much pressure on Gohan. They're constantly winning mid-map control, allowing his team to then rotate and invade jungle. Zephyrs, he needs to shut down Lindis here. I feel like with Assassin comp at Zephyrs, you want to just chill in your enemy's jungle and just Death from Above from the bush and get a lot of kills and shut them down. And to basically snowball the lead even further, but he's going to farm his own jungle and make a rotation play here towards mid.
And we see a few members of the Laotian team over here on the bottom side. We see Max locking onto Nesh, denying her the ability to go for the Abyssal Dragon, and instead going in the back to dive her, getting that kill for Leather on that Tulin.
Yeah, Leather doing such a good job there, getting the kill onto Lindis and another kill. Kaiwan, Theodu, they all fall. That's huge, and Gohan falls as well. That's 4 kills for Philippines, 7-1. That's going to open up Abyssal Dragon. It's going to open up bottom tower as well. And mid tower is also being pushed. It looks like you're going to go for tower first and then rotate to the Abyssal Dragon.
That was such a beautiful turnaround by the Philippines, just getting all of those kills over there and bursting everyone down. I really think that the Philippines have found the groove over here. Arcadia is doing a fantastic job as Teamy this time with his Pooty Poots and then chaining them onto the enemies and then getting those stuns for everyone to follow up with that damage and get those finishes.
Yeah, that was definitely huge as well, getting those 4 kills, getting Abyssal Dragon. Now they're going to be 5k gold lead with that Dragon being taken there. And Kaiwan's got to be careful here, because Alice is very squishy, so they can actually initiate on the Alice to counter her and not let her use Hissy Fit in the team fight.
Let's look at this little skirmish over here in the top jungle. It looks like the blue team is being very aggressive onto them, but they're going to be forced to back off a little bit and try to push this mid lane tower perhaps, but the Hissy Fit is going to come out from Kaiwan, and looks like no one is going to fall as of yet.
Yeah, but it doesn't save the mid tower. That's another tower going over to Philippines. 3 towers already, 7 kill lead to 1, and Kuroki is in a tough spot here. He's got to be a little careful.
Oh, but he is going to use his lift off and to try to get out. But the thing is, all of the enemies were behind the lines of the enemies that he was fighting just then, so he just rode into his demise.
Yeah, Krogi's gotta be careful. They're ahead. You don't want to give your opponents any chance to come back in the game by overextending like that. So you have to make sure your team's ready to rotate and help you when that rotation does happen.
I really love how Buhat is only just now going to clear his own jungle because he's already finished clearing the enemy's jungle. It's really, really great of him to try to starve out the enemies, but Nesh does manage to do a little bit of a turnaround and take that red buff away from the Philippine side.
That's what Ness needs to do exactly. He needs to keep farming his lineage and get to more items and get to ADC late from here. And Buhat needs to get in a perfect position and get a nice land a nice death from above onto Nesh there, because that's the win condition there. Zephy's has got to get on the AC.
We're going to see a little bit of a fight. Laurel is going to pop her ultimate. That teammate is going to be looking to charge his Pooty Poots, but they are too far gone already. We're going to see Leather being so aggressive, using his ultimate onto that, stealing the red buff. That was hilarious. So great. That timing was amazing.
Yeah, that was great timing there. And you can see Thunderbird does so much more damage onto an opponent when they are less health. There's 30% of your missing health, actually. So the lower health, the much more massive damage the Thunderbird ultimate does from Tulin.
And we're going to see the blue team kind of collapsing and harassing onto Laotian team over here in their top tower, in their bottom side, because they're 5k gold ahead, so they can afford to be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, let's see. Anti-Hero's going to come up there and get a nice Whirling Blade stun onto Bobby XE, but it's Terra after all, and Terra is so tanky.
The red team is going to be trying to move together as a team to try to get some picks off, seeing as they're behind. What they want to do is they want to gank. They want to gank with a numbers advantage, especially to try to get themselves back in the game. And even any trades at this point will be really beneficial for them, seeing as they have a 5k gold deficit.
Yeah, that was the third Abyssal Dragon secured by the Philippines there, putting them in a nice lead. They now need to get the Darkslayer and push down these towers. How they dive these towers is going to be critical here. And look at Alex, going to drop the hasty fit to have them disengage. Zephy's going to wait for the right opportunity to go in. He doesn't see it. He's going to back off. But this is key. The death from above combo from Zephy's is the key to this composition here. If they can land a stun on L'Oreal or Nesh, they can instantly delete them before any damage can be dished out.
I really, really love this pick of the Max into the Lindis, because at any single point, the Nesh really has to be thinking about whether or not she's overextending, because that lift-off ultimate can follow her to the end of the earth. She always has to be thinking about positioning, and she can't really take as many risks as she could in the last match.
Oh no, look at that. Able to take the red buff away. Anti-Hero gets it. And Roma just working really well for the Philippines so far. They're not losing the side lanes, which is critical. This is their chance to rush Darkslayer potentially, but they're not going to go for Darkslayer. Instead, they're going to rotate and go ahead push mid lane. And they need to go ahead. The wave is coming mid lane. This is their chance to push the mid lane, but they're going to try to cut off Team Lao there, but that's not going to work on their favor. That's unfortunate rotation that did not gain them anything.
I don't think that their team was really, really thinking together at this point in time, because you saw that their support, jungler, and the mid laner were just not being together through that rotation, which means that instead of ganking mid or ganking bottom, they ended up not ganking anything.
Yeah, they did nothing. They kind of just walked over the map and said, you know, took a few trip over there, check out, you know, enemy team's blue buff side, see what's going on, and come back, do nothing. But they had the chance to push the mid tower there. Constantly the wave is pushing and crashing on the mid tower. That's their chance to just rush the tower and take it out before the Team Lao can respond and defend it.
The Philippine is not going to be pushing tower instead. It looks like Teamy and Zephys are going to be collapsing onto that Abyssal Dragon and claiming the 4th Abyssal Dragon for the Philippine team.
Yeah, definitely here. This is their chance to get Darkslayer. I don't know why they're not taking Darkslayer, because with Darkslayer they can do a huge dive under tower, get some kills, and secure the tower, and hopefully push to win here. That is the win condition right now for Philippines, because with Assassin comp, you need to end the game sooner. The longer you wait, the more that you allow your opponent to get level parity and item parity, the less effective the burst damage from your Assassin comp is going to be.
Yeah, I think the Philippine team is just really feeling the pressure of being able to qualify for the Asian Games. So they're playing a lot more conservatively than they might normally be playing. Instead of going for that Darkslayer, they're trying to do what's the most safe, and that's just like walking around getting farmed up, when that's not necessarily the best move to do, which is really, really unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely. But Philippines, they're 11 minutes now. They got to continue pushing. They're going to get the Darkslayer now. This is their chance. This is their moment to really convert that Darkslayer into at least 3 towers and make a lot of plays. Taro is gonna come in and try to steal it, but this is a really bad look for Bobby XC here. He might get focused down and get killed, and Boha does secure the Abyssal or the Dark Slayer. Look at the ultimate different lands on both units, gets the kill on K1, gets the kill on Bobby XC, and this is not looking good for Lao.
That was such a beautiful turn. It looks like Lao's Gohan and the Nesh are just going to be trying to back off. They might sacrifice a few towers over there, but they just really, really want to turtle right now and not prevent them from losing at this point in the game.
Yeah, it's not worth it if you're going to give over 2 deaths. Unfortunately, you don't have Punish. Without Punish, how are you going to be able to steal? Oh wait, actually his Punish was up, but actually was not up. He didn't have it up, so now that's a really hard thing to steal from Dark. But look at the tower, nice focus there by Philippines onto there, but look at the dive into there, getting the kill onto Theodu and Gohan, and this is looking so good for Team Philippines.
And that max liftoff was so perfectly timed, pushing away that Linus back into her base, forcing her to retreat unless she dies. And even though the max did die, it was definitely worth it because it allowed the Philippine team to collapse on the Laotian team, get some kills, get that tower, and then get out of there.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they want to do. They got a mid-high ground tower, which is huge. The super minions will deploy, put a lot more pressure in mid lane. Now they want to focus on bottom lane, get the tier 2 tower, hopefully another high ground tower here. This is their chance to shot. Again, they should not be giving Lao any jungle though. Philippines is ahead. There's no reason to give it. They're 10k go ahead. Why are you even giving jungle or Abyssal Dragon over to Lao? Look at how aggressive Nesh is coming in there, but Bohat does sniff something. He's going to come in there. Oh, and Abyssal Dragon is going to be taken by Buhat there, and Ness will not be able to take the Abyssal Dragon.
Yeah, they're just definitely so scared of the Zephyrus because they're 10k goal behind. It means that each person has, on the Philippine side, has one more tier 3 item.
Ooh,
the Laotian
the
team.
Max is going to come down. Look at the slow. The Frost Cake comes out. Alice has no chance of escaping. That's her weakness there. Doesn't have much of an escape and isn't a good front line for the team.
And we're going to see the Laotian team just backing down under their towers. They are just being dominated by the Philippine team in this game. Look at them just trying to wait for the next minion wave to crash, and then they're going to push with that tower and try to end the game.
That's exactly how you take a tier 2. You cut off the enemy opponent so they cannot clean up the wave at tower. That you put yourself between the tower and the opponent, and nice rotation by Philippines. Now they got to make it work and try to get this high ground. There's 2 siege minions, so hopefully they can make this happen. Looks like no one's going to engage. They're going to let the wave just fall down there.
And I love how the Max is going to be slip pushing over there. He doesn't have his cooldown right now, but once he has a liftoff, he is going to be able to join any fight for his team at a moment's notice.
Yeah, exactly. And that's going to be critical here. How they combo that Max stun liftoff ultimately lands along with Ryoma's Wood. Death from above here. This is Philippines' chance to really shine. Look at the goal lead. They're in such a massive lead right now.
Yeah, we're going to see them trying to clear all the waves. Theodu is going to be trying to clear the super minions, but Leather is over there harassing him, dealing some pretty serious damage over there.
Wow.
Using his ultimate, bringing him low, forcing him to go back into his base.
Yeah, Tulin, if he had his Thunderbird ultimate, that would have been GG for Lubu there. Theodu would have fell immediately from the Thunderbird ultimate, and the amount of damage and items that Leather has, that was going to hurt if it lands.
Yeah, we're going to see Gohan trying desperately to clear these super minions, but the super minions are just so insanely tanky. It takes so many abilities to clear one of them.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the chance that Philippines needs to use. They need to use the super minions to push so that when the enemy team uses a lot of their abilities and clear speed onto the super minion, that's the time to engage because their abilities are down. They wasted it to clear out the wave. And that's what Team Philippines needs to do with this assassin combination.
I think the Laotian team is doing a pretty decent job right now of turtling, and no one is really overextending. You can tell that they're definitely a professional team because no one is making all those dumb mistakes. They're going to be clearing those waves and then hoping to get a pick off maybe on that Zephyrus who's just hanging around, or that Tulin in their jungle.
Yeah, Philippines cannot let this game drag any longer. It's already after the 15-minute mark. It's pretty late in the game. No one is level 15 yet on the side of Lao there. This is huge because look at Philippines. There are 4 level 15s already. They have to take advantage of this huge level disparity.
For sure, the level disparity is just so devastating, and you'll see that because of that, everyone does so much more damage on the Philippine side, and it's so difficult for the Laotian team to contest them at all.
Yeah, it is indeed tough to contest them, but again, Philippines is not pushing hard enough. They gotta start to get these targets. They gotta get kills here. You're trying to just farming around the map, and the level parity is going to keep closing and closing. This is your moment, Team Philippines. This is your chance to secure this game and make it 1 versus 1 in the series.
It looks like the Philippine team is instead opting to camp their jungle. I'm not sure why they're doing that. They're ahead. They're so far ahead. Almost everyone's going to be reaching full build at this point in time. So why not dive the tower? Why not attack? Why not try to finish the game?
Yeah, they're trying to just camp here and just delay it. This is not good. Assassin Comps want to finish the game really early. Look at the goal lead. It's way more than 10k. You're trying to bait out the enemy. No, Bobby X's like, I know you're there. I know you guys are waiting because no one, I can't see anyone else on the map at this point.
At this point, it's less than a minute until the Darkslayer is going to be respawning. So I think perhaps the Philippine team is going to be trying to wait that out, take the Darkslayer, and then push with that. I don't really agree though, because they're so far ahead. They can definitely dive and come out ahead, but it looks like they're going to be taking the safe, the wuss route, and then wait for the Slayer to respawn.
Yeah, they can dive and get. Oh my God, Tara and Bobby X out of position here. They're able to collapse and get the kill on him, which is going to give them the runs down. But he's so tanky with his Steeled Focus ultimate there, able to run away to safety easily, and a Colossal Smash over the wall.
There's a wave crashing over here in the mid lane. So if I were the Philippine team, I would definitely be pushing with this lane. But instead, they're all kind of spread out together, and they position themselves to take this Dark Slayer, it looks like. I'm just screaming at them through the screen to just end the game. Dive it. You're so far ahead. Why don't you just win?
Yeah, that's really important here. Look at the level now. It's 15 on Nesh, 14, 15 on Bobby XC. The level disparity is starting to become a parity instead of a disparity. So now Philippines are going to have a much harder time to secure the kills because the level is going to be even. They're getting more items, getting more attack, getting more health. And Philippines is going to have a harder time. But they got to catch out Nesh here. Wow, nice son of a team. But they're not, no follow-up, no death from above, no Ryoma waiting bay in time. As a result, there's no chance to combo that.
Yeah, it looks like the Philippines is going to be trying to find another opportunity over here to strike. The team did use his flicker with the Pooty Poot, so he won't have that for the next fight, which is kind of unfortunate. The Laotian team is going to be trying to clear those minions, but they are going to be diving this top tower over here that Hissy Fit is going to come out, and health bars are coming low.
Yeah, as Chester Glory comes up, Bulat is back in the picture. He's going to land a death from above here. No, he does not. This is not looking good for Philippines here. They're going to fall, and as a result, they come right back to life, but oh my goodness, look how close these fights are. They have to back out, and Chester Glory is just being popped everywhere. No one falls in this fight. And good play by Lao there, trying to be aggressive, but Ancestral Glory just saved Philippines there.
Yeah, I totally agree. It looks like no one really died in that fight, it seems. So that's kind of fortunate for both teams, but it does mean that the cooldowns of the Ancestral Glory are going to be popped, so meaning that in the next fight, that the teams won't have them to save their butts.
Yeah, look at that. I got the Amulet of Longevity. Bobby XE got that. That's so much health. It's gonna make Tar so much more tanky. And her ultimate is going to even give her more of a percentage regeneration, because that's 700 HP there from the Amulet of Longevity. That's huge.
The Philippine team is probably going to be waiting for the super minion wave coming down the mid lane to push with it. We see two members of the Philippine team waiting in the jungle of the Laotian team, but they are going to be discovered by their team, so they're going to be forced to back off.
Yeah, they definitely need to back off here. However, Philippines, they got to end this game. Everyone's level 15 now, unfortunately, and it's going to come down to this late game team fight here. You know, one bad fight can put Lao right back into the game and get more items here, because Philippines, this is their game to lose and also their game to win.
Yeah, I think both teams have some pretty decent crowd control. Really, really great damage. I love L'Oreal, especially late game, on that Gohan. So I'm really, really hoping to see him deal a lot of damage and potentially turn this around. But in terms of who would realistically win overall in a team fight, I'm not so sure. What do you think, Sweeter?
Yeah, if L'Oreal doesn't fall and she is able to fight within her ultimate, then Zephy's, Ryoma, all the melee heroes are big trouble against L'Oreal. But she's squishy, so they can actually combo her to death and cure immediately and then take care of the lineage, because L'Oreal is actually the threat to them late game. And they're the one, that's the one they should focus. It also depends on L'Oreal's items. You know, L'Oreal has to build little tanky, has to build Pierce with enchanted kicks, maybe Spirit Orb to get that Endure up, but you know, L'Oreal needs a lot of items to be able to carry that hard in the late game.
Yeah, we see two members of the Philippine team, Tulin and Timi, buying that Tomb of the Reaper, which prevents the Laotian team from regenerating. So L'Oreal and that Lubu and that Tara all have really, really insane sustain from their abilities, giving them lifesteal or regeneration.
Yeah, that's a nice call out there, because the Tomb of Reaper is huge to basically shut down the HP regeneration and lifesteal from the enemy opponents there. So very nice item choice by Philippines.
It's also an extremely cost-efficient item, giving them 240 attack power, which is very, very high for a damage item.
Yeah, definitely here. So let's see what Philippines are going to do, because they need to make some plays here. Again, they're playing really passive. They're taking enemy jungle, but at this point, when you're this late in the game, oh my goodness, almost 22 minutes in the game. If you're not snowballing it, there's no late game. Everyone has a late game now, and if you're Assassin comp, you're going to struggle a lot more than the ADC that has Alice. Alice is one of the strongest supports in the late game.
That is absolutely true, Sweet J. And the only reason the Philippines are still able to have the advantage this late in the game with an assassin composition is that they have all of those towers. Laos has only taken one tower of the entire Philippines side, whereas the Philippines side has taken 7, so all but 2 of their towers, giving them that map control, giving them the ability to roam free within their jungles.
Yeah, but high ground tower is such an issue right now. Philippines is not able to even push and get the high ground tower. Look at, they have a siege minion. They're not going to focus down the tower with that siege minion, and as a result here, Philippines is dragging this game out way too long. They have to be decisive. They have to execute their comp. Focus the Alice. Alice is not that tanky. They can easily kill Alice. She barely has any escape, if any. And they can easily kill her and then change the tide of their fight instantly.
Yeah, I totally agree. And this late in the game, the Philippine side down that mid lane, they have more super minions rather than just 1. They have 3 super minions with every single wave. So that's going to give them some extra tankiness, and it's going to be so much more HP for Lao to be able to burst down before they won't have those minions attacking at their door.
Yeah, look at that. Oof. He's not going to jump in there. He does get the tower, though. That's huge there. The mid-ground tower is taken on top, and that's going to open up 2 mid-ground towers taken down, and only bottom lane is left.
It's incredible that it's 23 minutes into the game and there are only 18 kills in total. It shows how conservatively that some of these pro teams are playing, and you see so many low kill games in professional matches.
Yeah, look at that. Buhat has to use Death Runner, but he jumps in at the right time there, gets a massive 2-man stun onto Gohan, and Kaiwan's gonna fall as well. Gohan is up next and gets pulled back, but look at L'Oreal healing so much, but L'Oreal does fall as well. Not enough in the ultimate there. Bobby XQ is going to fall as well. 2-minute Reapers is doing so much work. Counting on the regeneration. That's going to be 4 deaths against Team Lao here. And Philippines look like they're going to try to end this game with this one push.
Yeah, that was so key there. The Max getting onto Nesh, that Lindis, and now Theodu is going to be burst down of it. It looks like he's going to revive over there, but they do have the super minion, so they're going to go for the core. He's going to be burst down instantaneously. Are they going to die for it? They don't have any minions with them, but the death timers are so long that they're going to wait for that wave to come down mid and perhaps end the game there, or push with this bottom minion wave.
Yeah, there's going to be 2 waves crashing and a top wave. This is going to be GG for Team Philippines. Going to be able to come back here and finish the game. But they got to do it right now because the spawn timers are closing down. And very, very well played. Nice fight there. Nice focus against Team Lao. GG Philippines.
Yeah, good game indeed. The Philippines is going to manage to drag out this series to a 3rd game. That was such an impressive showing by them in an absolute domination. Although they had some problems closing out that game, they did it exceptionally well in this match.
Yeah, look at Arcadia's build there. 10 assists, but look at that. The 2-minute Rupert and Soaring Aura. Soaring Aura decreases magic defense, allows a lot more magic damage to him. And that's perfect for Zephy's and Tulin, actually. Because Zephy's, a lot of his kit is magic damage. When he lands his death from above, he activates Thunder Crash, which means all of his abilities normal attacks do extra magic damage. So really nice build.
And look at Tulin over there with 0 deaths. That it was so key for him to stay ahead, not give that shutdown goal to the Laotian team, and just be the assassin machine that he is.
Yeah, now we're going to look at participation, see how the teams did here, and look at the amount of damage to it at 38%. L'Oreal and Lindis pretty even here. And Theodu, actually, 100% participation. I feel like he's better on support. We saw him play a solid Alice in Game 1. So hopefully they're going to put him back onto a support for Game 3 here, because the series will depend on it.
For sure, and Kuroki is just so good on that max as well with an 83% kill participation. Even as a side laner, he just does so well. He's almost acting like a support.
Yeah, we're going to try to jump into the 3rd game, and we're into the ban pick phase. Philippines going to have first ban, first pick here. So let's see if they're going to follow a similar draft that they did from Game 1. Or they're going to shake things up for a little bit. I think they should, and just not give Lao the Lindis, because Lindis was such a key player in Game 1.
Yeah, as much as Laos did lose that last game, Nash was just such a beast. She's able to farm up so well, get those kills, have that mobility. She is just provides so much utility for the team that I think it's worth using a ban on for the Philippine side.
Yeah, definitely. Wonder Woman will be taken off the map. Probably Superman as well will be taken off by Lao here. Philippines could ban away Teamy, Zenio. Yep, then go for Zenio here. Is Malik going to be banned next now, or is it going to be open? You know, we have Ryoma open as well. Some pretty strong sideliners that both these teams are prioritizing.
If I were the Laotian team who really likes to use Lindis, I would be banning away the Max, because we saw the Max be able to shut down Nesh so many times during that last game.
Yeah, Flash being banned away against Lao had Flash here, and Flash was a huge playmaker. And they're going to deny Ryoma. They're like, we don't want to deal with the guys Ryoma, because in game 2, Ryoma did work against us. But then again, look at this. Teamy is left open. Malik is left open. They have to decide which is the evil, the greater evil they have to deal with. And they rather not deal with Ryoma. They rather play against Malik. So Malik may be first picked here. We may see Teamy first picked here. But it looks like they're going to go for Malik, because again, he's such a solid side lane pick.
I wonder what Laos is going to go for here. There are a couple of really strong side laners that are still left available. So Omen is still available. Zenio's taken off the board, but Max is still available. So maybe if they want to play an ADC composition, they can deny the Max by picking him over here. They are going to hover over that Alice, who is just such a strong support.
The key is Theodu needs to play it. I feel like when Theodu is on Alice, he's able to make a bigger impact. And I think that's key there. So let's see if they're going to do that. Or they're going to keep Theodu on the Lubu there. And Philippines, they have a few options here. They can go ahead and take away the Lindis and deny it. Because they don't have to pick a support. You know, support can be picked last because the other team already has Alice. So I wonder if they're going to pick up the ADC and Max here, because those would be two very strong picks. But they're going to offer the Teamy and potentially Max here. Let's see if Max will be picked up.
Tara is still available as a side laner.
Ooh, Omen is going to be picked up instead. That's a huge split pusher there. And with Malik and Omen and Teamy, not a bad combo as well.
I really like how beefy they are. You typically build pretty tanky with all three of these heroes, so you just have the front lines to be able to defend your squishies and let them deal damage. So I think a Tulin might be pretty good in this composition, because he can just build pure damage, and along with his passive, absolutely obliterate the opposing team.
Yeah, the funny thing in the lore is Omen is the servant of Malik, and Malik had to lock him up because the amount of, you know, sheer atrocities that Omen committed. And it looks like there might be a nice duo combo here with the Malik Shock Ultimate along with Omen's Death Embrace. Lots of locked-on potential.
And we're going to see Laos picking away that Max, it looks like. And maybe, oh, they're hovering over the Thane. I do think that picking away the Max and denying from the other team might be good if they want to play that Lindis again, because Nesh is just such a beast on them. They're coming over a couple different options. I don't know if they go for Omega. Omega is good at pushing towers, but I don't know if he's good for much else.
Yeah,
I really prefer the Max in this kind of situation.
Yeah, I definitely agree too, because Philippines may want to run an ADC competition. They might pick Max and Lindis here, because they want to put Nesh on that Lindis. Because if they don't pick Lindis, Philippines can potentially take away a comfort pick for one of their key jungle carries. So let's see if they're going to secure the Lindis here for Nesh. But instead, they're going to go for Liliana. Wow, because again, Flash is banned. So what options do you have now against the Liliana?
Yeah, that's true. And also, I like the Max and Liliana pick, because that means that Philippines can't pick an ADC, so there's no reason why they'd pick Lindis, ensuring that they can get her as a last pick. And we are going to see that Tulin coming out for the side of the Philippines, along with a Zephyr's jungle. So it's a pretty decent dive composition, I think. And Tulin is going to be able to follow up with all that damage with a decent amount of crowd control, that Pooty Poots, the shock, and the depth from above from the Zephyrus being able to CC the opposing team.
Yeah, that definitely is a lot of CC there. Omen has locked on Death from Above, Teamy Pooty Poots, Malik Shock. Looking like a pretty strong composition, but they have to execute the composition. This is execution heavy. They have to snowball. If Zephyrus falls behind in farm and Lindis gets ahead, or whatever ADC that Lao picks, it's gonna be a really bad situation, because Liliana, Alice, and whatever ADC they pick is gonna scale so strong into the late game.
Yeah, we're going to see what Bobby is going to be picking over here for the Laotian side. I'd really love to see that Lindis. I just love watching Nesh play that Lindis. He is just so skilled with her. He definitely knows the best ways to rotate, farm up with her, and he is just such an expert with this hero that scales up like crazy.
Yeah, he did lose with Lindis though against a Zephyr. So let's see if he's going to opt for his comfort pick and maybe play it better against Zephyr. Or are they going to offer a different type of hero that's a little more mobile that can dodge the Zephyrs? Like, Violet can actually roll away from the Zephyrs if needed. Lindis, she has to be around bushes. She doesn't have really a roll or something mobile like Phoenix, Slims can jump away. So they're gonna go with Kilroth here instead here and just basically counter the dive combination. Alice with the ultimate and Kilgroth, that means Zephy's, Omen, everyone in melee is gonna basically fall and get destroyed by the Kilgroth inside an Alice Hissy Fit. That's a very smart pick by Lao.
Yeah, the Kilgroth can just do insane damage, and he has so much sustain as well, making him surprisingly tanky because of all that lifesteal that he can regenerate so quickly, especially if he builds Scorching Wind with him in jungle, which increases his attack speed by 2% for each jungle camp that he clears.
Yeah, exactly. And look at that. Such a good decisive pick there by Lao there. Kilgroth is going to do a lot of work. However, Philippines, they can still snowball. They can still take this game away if they combo their abilities properly. Because if Kilgroth constantly gets stunned, he's not going to have the time to activate his Gorelord ultimate and recoup all that from the lifesteal that it gives him.
For sure. I really, really like this Liliana going into the Tulin. I think that she is just so versatile, and she just does so much damage from such a long range. But it does depend on whether or not she's able to get farmed up. And with this really heavy early game dive composition from the Philippines, I'm not sure she'll be able to do that. Maybe she'll be playing under tower the whole game, or maybe she'll be shut down or constantly be targeted by all the assassins on the Philippine side.
Yeah, that's key there. They're going to have to play a lot of defense. They have to watch out in jungle because with the assassin combination, the jungle is extremely dangerous for any ADC to go into when assassin composition is picked into the counter you directly. So the Lao needs to be very careful against the Philippines here because one missed position is going to allow Philippines to really take it away with this assassin comp.
Yeah, so what do you think, Sui? Do you think that Laos is going to be able to turn it around in the game 3, or do you think the Philippines will be able to pull off the reverse sweep?
I think Philippines might be able to pull off the reverse sweep because they have been playing a little aggressive against Lao. Look at this. Exerting dominance there. They're getting a full charge Put onto the blue buff, and with the punish, they should be able to secure it away from this Alice. And look at the trade here that's happening. But the Blue is there, and the Omen and Tulin are there to stop the Labu from stealing the jungle and trading there. Really nice rotation by Philippines here, and they get a kill on Nesh here. Nesh is not an ADC. He's actually playing a Lubu jungle. So very interesting composition. Very interesting of Nesh to play Lubu jungle instead of an ADC character. He's really strong. Right?
Yeah, as much as it is nice that Nesh did manage to use that punish and steal away that blue buff from the Philippines side, Tulin did manage to get the first blood on him, giving them extra gold for the first blood, and also reclaiming that blue buff for his own team.
Yeah, exactly. The first blood is significant. It's a ton of gold. I think 300 gold you get from first blood, which will allow you to get ahead and get more items a little faster than your opponent. But look at that dual Sunshine Stun there, doing so much damage onto Leather. He's going to have to back off a little bit here.
Now we're going to see him trying to back up a little bit. That Liliana's range is just so large. In the last patch, her range was actually nerfed from 900 units to only, I believe, 850. Not that significant, but it is useful in kind of making her range just that much less oppressive.
Yeah, exactly. So look at Kilgroth here ahead of the Omen here, level 3 versus level 2, so that's looking good for Lao here. The Abyssal Dragon is going to be coming to play. Which team is going to start posturing and exerting that dragon control of the map side, and then hopefully taking that dragon to get ahead.
Nash was over there on that Lubu trying to get that Spirit Sentinel, but it looks like they're going to opt to pull the Sentinel away, seeing as the Philippine team is going to try to challenge it. But I believe Laos did manage to smite away that Spirit Sentinel.
Yeah,
but now that the Abyssal Dragon is coming up, they're going to be rotating down, and the Zephys on the side of the Philippines is able to take that away.
Yeah, what a decisive rotation against Philippines, doing such a good job securing the first Abyssal Dragon. It's going to give them a nice 1k gold lead already. This is massive for the Philippines. They got to keep this momentum. They got to keep denying jungle so they can snowball the heck out of a ADC or snowball a composition that can counter them late game. Because once Kilgroth gets items along with Alex, they need Desperate buff in there. Kilgroth activates Gorelord, escapes the CC, and then Alice Hissy fits there. Zephy's can get focused on very quickly and can't get out.
For sure. The jungle camps are going to be respawning, so you're going to be seeing the junglers heading back into their jungles, taking those buffs, making sure the other team can't deny them, because each buff is just so impactful, not just in terms of utility, but in terms of experience and gold for your entire team. So it's so important that your team has your jungle rotations on point, and you're able to rotate through, collect that for your own team instead of letting it be stolen away.
Exactly. You got to try to take the jungle as soon as it spawns before the enemy team is able to rotate, deny it, or challenge you for it. and it becomes a tricky situation because if you die in your own jungle and your jungle is not farmed, that's going to continue to put even you further behind. Look at Leather doing a really good job pushing out Gohan here because he knows Tulin is much stronger than Leon in that early game, but once Leon gets to late game, Leather has to watch out.
Max is going to be using his left off over there onto the Omen, who is looking a little bit low. He's going to be diving under that tower, pushing him away, and that is going to be a kill for Laos. GG WP.
Yeah, nice play by Nestor getting a kill onto Anti-Hero. And look at this. Wow, the amount of health that's low there. And Bobby trying to push the top lane, but Leather is going to come just in the nick of time to clear that wave, so top tower does not take any damage.
And the Abyssal Dragon we're going to be seeing is going to be spawning in just 1 second, and we're going to have 4 members of the Laotian team posturing their way, making their way towards it, perhaps pushing back the Malik a little bit, but the Zephys and the Teamy are going to be posturing towards the Abyssal Dragon as well, trying to pull it out, trying to deny it. It looks like you're going to start working on it. A little bit of a risky play, seeing as there are so many members of the red team around that, near enough to try to steal it.
Yeah, what a nice rotation, decisive there. They might be able to take it here, Heather. It could be anyone dragging. Let's use and Bukhat gets it with a clutch punish there. And look at the damage, the knockup that's coming out. Then K1's gonna fall. Laos is gonna fall here, and Gohan is focused now. Oh my goodness, the amount of damage coming from Leather. Gets the kill onto Nesh. Look at that crazy play onto getting kill on Bobby XZ actually. So very nice play by both sides, trading 2 for 2.
Arcadia did get a pretty good being a bro over there, but the Philippine team really overstayed their welcome, allowing the Laotian team to trade 2 for 2 over there. So their gold lead is only about 1k right now. Definitely not something that you can't come back from by any means at all.
Yeah, exactly. If you're ahead, you don't want to trade evenly because the team that's behind is going to get more out of that trade, definitely. And you can see that happening right now with the gold deficit. It's not as big as leads as it should be. Even though Philippines was able to stack 2 dragons over Team Lao.
We're going to see all of these teams just kind of resetting. We're going to see the 4-man rotations coming down from the red team. Bobby is going to be going back to his lane, trying to clear his wave, trying to harass Kuroki in his lane, and hopefully try to win it.
Look at the mid-map pressure there too. Then Teamy pushing out the Alice here. And look at the bottom there. You know, Max in a tough spot. Buha is able to get the kill on him, and bottom lane can be pushed. Omen is going to get out there, but Nash may say something. Nope. He's going to go home and get to safety there. And no one gets tower here. They got to push the tower more. Look at that. This is something that Philippines needs to work on. They need to do a better few rotations here to be able to knock someone low and get the tower. Because objectives is the name of the game. If you're going to play this assassin comp, you can't let the Kilgroth scale and counter you later, because this is something that they need to have the damage to burst on the Kilgroth before he can activate all of his abilities and just lifesteal it back. That's the key to beating Kilgroth, is straight burst. Because the longer he lives, the more lifesteal he gets, and he can do so much AoE damage with the enraged spear attacks.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. We're going to see the next Abyssal Dragon is going to be in play. We're going to be seeing both teams trying to get in a more advantageous position, try to get a pick perhaps, and we're going to see Leather over there just clearing the wave before going down. That's definitely the key to being a mid laner. Clear your wave and then go help your team in these key fights. It is just the difference between a good mid laner and a bad one.
Yeah, definitely. Abyssal Dragon is going to be focused on. It's 4 people on the bottom here, 4 and 4 at this point. And Philippines is going to be more aggressive. Everyone's going to exert dominance on this dragon here. And looks like, wow, Nash steals it instead. And look at the fight there. It's going back and forth. Arcada is low. Anti-Hero is low. And wow, Leather gets a kill onto Gon with the Iron Blast there, just right in the nick of time.
Leather's Iron Blast just barely clipped him. That was such a great kill. Arcadia is going to be knocked down as well. Nesh is going to be trying to run away. It looks like Bobby is going to make it alive with just a little bit of HP left, not dying.
Yeah, 2 kills, although 2-1. And Lao was able to get 1 dragon though. So pretty much even trade, but the fact that they're behind, it's good for them to get that Abyssal Dragon.
We're going to see Nesh over there kind of fighting over that red buff. Buhat is going to be able to snatch it away. And then Kuroki and Buhat are going to be both resetting a little bit, restoring their mana, restoring their health before going back, clearing waves, clearing jungle, and then harassing and ganking.
Yeah, this is the key here. They definitely want to do that because, again, Darkstar is in play. So you want to make sure that you are healthy when you rush Darkstar. Or look at Max there, able to get a tower at the bottom there. Really nice play by Kaiwan there. That's huge for Lao there, taking their gold lead, keeping it at 1k instead of anything larger.
It's aiming into the game right now, and neither team has a tower. Even though the Philippines has had 2 Abyssal Dragons to the Laos's 1, and they have a 1.5k gold lead, neither team has taken advantage of the other team and taken any towers yet. That is something both these teams need to work on,
Yeah,
it
they're
looks
both
like.
playing fast, and like I said, once Kilgroth gets his items, along with Alice getting more powerful with the hasty fit, Philippines are going to be in big trouble, man. They have to convert this advantage further. You know, they're only 1k ahead, not in massive level lead either. If they don't play aggressive and take risk here, Philippines may fall here to Lao, because late game again, Kilgroth with Alice hasty fit is going to do so much work into this melee composition.
And we see that wave crashing there in the mid lane, but it looks like the blue team isn't really going for it. They're instead posturing themselves to collapse around the Abyssal Dragon as it spawns right around now. But there are 4 members of the red team over there on the bottom side, so I don't think it's very wise for them. Kroki is going to be diving the tower and very, very low. That is going to be a kill for Kaiwan on Max.
That was such a weird and questionable dive there. His team was not even with him. He went into a tower and then 1v4 as I know Malik is the demonic lord, but that is not how you play Malik. It got focused on so quickly, and Ambua has to jump away here. Does he have his ultimate, his death buff to get out of the way? But wow, Alice landed that sunshine. They could have killed him, but they backed off instead.
And Gohan over here is just being bullied onto the tower by Leather over there, being dealt so much damage. But he does have that heal from the Orb of the Magi. Such a good early game mage item, giving him sustain and also extra ability power as time goes on. It is such an excellent first item for any mage.
Yeah, definitely. Nope, he's not. Gohan's going to continue to defend it. They have to watch that mid tower. Very careful. And Abyssal Dragon, or not Abyssal Dragon, but Dark Slayer, actually both Abyssal Dragon are in play right now. Let's see how Philippines is going to posture and assert dominance over the dragon side of the map.
The Philippine team, it looks like team is going to be zoning around the back of the Laos jungle, while the Zephyrus and the Malik are going to be working on that dragon, doing work to it, trying to claim that 3rd Abyssal Dragon for their team, widening their gold lead to about 2.5k. But at this point in the game, it's not all that much.
Yeah, it isn't that much. Philippines has to convert this into more towers. They can easily get this mid tower here. He barely has any health here. Oh, Nash is going to jump onto Anti-Hero. Anti-Hero is going to use the Death's Embrace, but he's caught out in a bad spot. He's going to fall here, and look at the amount of damage coming. Anti-Hero falling low. Buhat falling low as well, but they're able to jump in. And look at Liliana. Gohan getting double kill with a huge shining light there. What a play by Gohan.
That was a really, really good trade for the Laotian team, actually. It was 1 for 2, so bringing them a little bit closer in gold. Actually, it's still about 2k gold in lead for the Philippines, but it just brings them a little bit closer to getting back into that lead.
Yeah, exactly. And again, you know, what they need to do, Philippines can't get caught out like that. You know, Anti-Hero was putting us in a really tough spot, 2v1. They had to rotate to save him. And I would love for him to save that ultimate for like a Liliana, or, you know, someone that's a lot more squishy that they can kill immediately, because Liliana is the one that is doing the AoE damage. So as a, you know, dive comp that Philippines has, they want to focus on Liliana. They want to focus the person that does the most damage for the team, and that's definitely Liliana, especially as we get closer and deeper into the late game.
For sure, and especially for a split pusher like Anti-Hero, it's so important for him to have that map awareness. So when the enemies disappear from the map, you know that they're probably coming for you. That's probably a sign for you that means that you should back off. You shouldn't be there. Don't get caught out by 3 people just like that and feed a kill over to the other side, right?
Yeah, Lao is going to get in there. Look at Nash jumping in there so confidently. They're going to protect this tower to the very end here and not allow Philippines to take that mid tier 2 tower. It's so low, just literally 1 auto attack away.
Yeah, I think that the Philippines were a little bit too scared there. I think they definitely could have dealt with that. Just did like 2 auto attacks onto the tower, taking it down, and then proceeded to collapse onto the enemy team and try to get some of those finishes. But we do see that Abyssal Dragon spawning over here. Leather's going to be caught out a little bit. He's going to be missed by that stun from the Alice and make it out safely, go back home and heal.
Yeah, exactly. Philippines again, they gotta push this mid lane, gotta get this tower here. Dark Slayer isn't in play. Maybe bait the Dark Slayer, you know, try to get Lao to contest it and just snipe them from the bush. That is what they need to end this game, because right now it's already 13 minutes in the game. They're only barely at 3k gold lead here. And I feel like Philippines needs to make plays here. They can't be play waiters, they gotta be playmakers.
Yeah, absolutely. In this game, it's so important for your team to be the first one that engages, to be the one that takes the initiative on the other team. Because if you're able to get them stunned up, and if you're able to have that aggression, that's how your team is going to win games, not by playing passively and just responding whenever your team gets attacked.
Yeah, again, Anti-Hero just killed Bobby XC in like 20 seconds ago. This is their chance to get Dark Slayer, but Philippines not taking Dark Slayer right now. It is 4 versus 5 on the entire map. They're not focusing the Dark Slayer. Philippines needs to make better decisions because they're roaming the map and not getting anything out of these rotations here. It's better to actually get the Dark Slayer, get the Beast Dragon, and just close make your gap lead even bigger.
Yeah, that is such a mistake. Anti-Hero, instead of opting to go back home and heal back like no HP at all to make his way towards the mid lane, I really would have preferred to see him either split pushing, trying to farm up, or just not doing that, because that was just a complete waste of time for him to go back and then make his way back up to where he just was.
Yeah, definitely here. Let's see what Philippines are going to do here. They're trying to posture in jungle, play aggressive. Dark Slayer is still up in play, and that's a huge pickup out of who I guess Frostcape picked up. Going to give him some extra attack damage and also get that extra slow that Frostcape provides.
I think Philippines really should be going for the Dark Slayer at this point, but Theodu and Nesh realized that it would be the smart move to go there, so they're going to be over there scouting for vision, but they're going to be entering a little bit of a skirmish over here.
Wow, what a nice ultimate there, and is going to fall. Teamy might have his ultimate up, but Arcado's going to fall. And look at the kill. Nesh gets onto Leather there. Kuroki is in trouble as well. Anti-Hero also in trouble. Look at the damage from later on. The combo is too much, and look at that. The Death Embrace was casted, but just not enough. And the Philippines just lost 4 of their members, and Zephyrs is nowhere to be found. Buhat is on the other side of the map. What a devastating rotation by Lao there. That's going to put them back into the game, taking Dark Slayer as well.
That was such a beautiful play by them. They realized that they could go in there and 5v3 basically, so they ended up cleaning every single kill. But that one on Buhat, he's just going to be over there trying to not lose his team the game. And I love that Lao took the initiative after winning this fight and took the Dark Slayer, something that we were screaming at the Philippines to do for minutes and minutes on end.
Yeah, and sometimes when you're in a moment of a heat thing and everything's on the line, there's a lot of pressure. You think about the pressure, and that's going to basically make you think about potentially losing instead of what you need to do to win. You know, that's where the how gets a little muddy. How do you need to win here? Philippines needs to really think about that. The fact that they left Dark Slayer open up for so long, they didn't take advantage of that. They're not thinking, they're not decisive. And look at this, Laos is the one that's more focused now. They know their win condition. They saw 4 people split up, and they jumped on them 5 versus 3, and then the 4th person coming too late. They made Teamy waste his ultimate on himself, being a bro on himself, and that's the win condition that they need to counter the Teamy win condition.
Yeah, Lao is just so focused. After being able to turn around that fight, get that Dark Slayer for themselves, they are focused on taking down those towers. And then now it's to the point where they don't really have a gold deficit anymore. They're to within 300 gold of each other, which is absolutely nothing at this point in the game.
Yeah, Bobby XC is getting to his late game form as well. Nesh doing so much work, taking down these towers. Team Lao is looking so good right now.
I think that the leader gets into this game, the Laotian team is going to get stronger and stronger. It's going to be even more difficult for the Philippine team to come back from this now.
Yeah, it is going to be a little difficult. I would love to see the Malik Ultimate Omen play there. Oh, they're going to be able to lock down and kill Kaiwan. Wrong place to be Kaiwan. Dark Slayer buff is going to fall off now. And this is Philippines' chance to get back in the game. It is a 5v4 in the map. They need to exert a ton of dominance here. But look at that. Lao is just rotating through the jungle and just taking it away and not allowing Philippines to even take their own jungle because they want to even a lead. And they're so close to evening the gold lead because the kill is almost pretty much even. 10 to 11 kills at this point.
I think it was so unfortunate that Kaiwan was caught out of position because, especially at this late in the game, you can't afford to make silly mistakes like that. You have to be playing with your team, you have to be on top of your game, and you need to not give them those kills because the death timers are just so long. You cannot feed them any more than you already have right now.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And this is for the qualifications for the Asia Games in Jakarta. This is the Asia Games Olympics, so you cannot make these little bad decisions that's going to cost you because you're going to regret it later. So Lao, they need to be very careful. Overextending, being in the wrong position is definitely going to cost you and allow your opponent to get right back in the game against you.
I absolutely agree, Suja. And we're going to see that Max's liftoff going onto the Tulin, but he's going to cancel out seeing as Tulin is full health and going back under that tower. We're going to see Nesh using his knockup. That Hissy Fit is going to come out onto anti-hero, but he's going to get out, but he does use his Death Embrace.
Wow, that stun con with Sunshine, Lady On's Moonlight, so much CC. They're not able to do much here. They have to back off. Kilgroth is going to get a tower, but he's going to fall and sacrifice himself for a tower, but that's a high ground tower he took, so that's worth the sacrifice. At this point, Lao needs to back off because any more deaths they give over, you know, Philippines going to take advantage of that and get themselves hopefully in a lead again because it's pretty even. They're not going to rotate to the Abyssal Dragon though, and that's something that I would love Philippines to do is take all these key objectives in jungle and get full build before your enemy team does, because once it hits 25 minutes or so, everyone's going to get full build in this game, and it's going to come down to who makes more mistakes or less mistakes to win.
Absolutely, sweet. At this point in the game, everyone should be playing basically moving around with the entire team, so doing 5-man rotations all the time. So when your opponent has a person down, you should be aiming to take advantage of that, get into a team fight, win it, ace the entire enemy team, or at least kill a huge portion of them, and then push for towers, and then push for that win.
Yeah, and you can't forget that Max has lift off global ultimate. Once he activates it, he can see where his opponents are anywhere on the map. Shield of Loss is completed by Max. It's going to allow him to basically slow the attack speed of nearby enemies for 30%. That's huge there. He needs to jump on a Kilgroth or jump on the card carries like the Lubu there, and it's going to slow their attack speed based on enemies that are around him.
At this point in the game, almost 20 minutes into the game, what it really all comes down to is the next team fight. I really like the way the Philippines are moving. They're all moving together, 4 men and then 1 split pusher, I believe. Versus the Laotia team that's all kind of split up right now. I really think that they need to group up, win a team fight, not get picked off, which is the most important thing, and then aim to finish the enemies off and finish the game.
Yeah, definitely here. So let's see what team is going to be more decisive and get a nice initiation here. And it looks like the Philippines, they're going to play a much more passive composition here and let Lao be the aggressors here. Let Lao make the mistakes and they can capitalize in. So let's see which team is going to come out, because this fight will probably be the last fight of this game.
Yeah, Lao does have 2 split pushers, which is definitely something that the Philippines is taking into consideration. So in a team fight situation, they're most likely not going to have all 5 members there, meaning that the Philippine team is going to be at a member advantage, at a manpower advantage. So that means that in a team fight, they'll have just more damage, more utility, more stuns overall.
Oh, look at the dive onto the tower there. Bobby XY is going to jump in there. Look at the damage. The AoE Teamy is going to fall there. However, the revive is going to come up, and it's not going to be up. Anti-hero is going to fall as well. Arcade is going to fall, but the Ancestral Glory is going to pop. Kuroki comes back to life, and look at the damage coming over from the side of Lao. He's going to get onto Anti-hero. He's going to fall again, and the damage, they get 3 kills onto Philippines. This is looking so good, but also Leather doing so much work, getting a kill, and that's going to be the ace onto Lao. The turnaround from Philippines. Wow, what a crazy fight back and forth with the Ancestral Glories being popped everywhere from both sides.
Yeah, Kaiwan just has so much sustain over there as the Max, but Leather is going to be able to finish him off. There are only 2 members of the Philippine team that are alive right now. They're going to be focused on clearing the mini wave so that they don't get backdoored accidentally by a passive wave, and they're going to be trying to push down mid. Tulin doesn't really do much damage to towers unless he's built maybe the Apocalypse, but that's kind of doubtful at this point. So they're probably going to be waiting for Arcadia and the rest of their team to respawn before trying to push the middle tower.
Yeah, I love what Bobby XZ did. He secured the high ground tower on the bottom there as Kilgroth, and then he basically jumped away using all of the attack speed, all of his abilities to get the high ground tower and then back off, because that's actually worth. However, looks like the Darkslayer is going to be taken by Philippines. This is huge for them here to have a Darkslayer buff when both sides are just respawning. That is going to play in the favor of Philippines very strongly. So now Team Lao has to be very careful, even though they have taken down so many towers. Philippines has to make sure the waves are pushed out because they don't want to get a backdoor here, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Now that they have the Darkslayer buff, it would be such a shame if they didn't push with this middle wave. Unfortunately, they don't have any high ground towers, so there won't be any super minions for them to push with. But they can still push because they just have that 30% damage buff with the Darkslayer, which is just so impactful in a team fight.
Yeah, it is mainly impactful. So let's see what combos Philippines can do here. They're kind of waiting to push. They have Darkslayer buff, and then the Zephy's ultimate misses the Death from bow. That's devastating. Nesh is going to be a focus here. And look at Alice. Hissy Fit is going to come down. Buhat is caught. He's getting so low. He's going to come. He has Ancestral Glory. They need to be able to help him in this fight here, because if he comes up, he's going to get taken down. There goes Bobby. That's huge for Bobby XE to get the kill, and they're going to return the kill onto Kaiwan, but he's going to revive there with Ancestral Glory. Max is back up into the fight, but Leather is going to get the kill there, and Kuroki is going to come up and get a kill on the Gohan. Gohan is so low, and the Thunderbird comes down. Look at the damage combo. Leather gets comboed by Gohan there in one combo. That's amazing play back and forth here.
Look at Gohan over there re-engaging. It looked like he was about to die, but he survived with just barely some HP after that Tulin's Thunderbird, and then re-engaging, turning around, and then two-shotting him, taking down Anti-Hero as well, only leaving one member of the Philippine team alive.
Oh my goodness there. Both lanes are pushing there. This is looking really bad for Philippines here. Their timers are too long. Malik is not able to get back in base in time here. Look at the bottom waves putting their super minions, and this might be GG. Can Malik do anything? No, he cannot. And Team Lao is going to take the game and the series here. What crazy back and forth. 67 gold on both sides, 17-18. The teams could not be more even, but one fight determined the outcome of the game, and Team Lao is the winner.
Yeah, what an absolutely insane match there, J. There's so many times when I was like, oh, are they going to win? Are they not going to win? But congrats to Team Laos for taking the victory, and we're going to see Gohan with that MVP going 8-2 on that Liliana.
Yeah, again, it was just the focus there. They needed to fight with Buhat. What a nice hissy fit that Theodu was able to play. Again, Theodu and Alice, they won game 1 with him on it. He wasn't on Alice in game 2, and then they lost in game 2, and now him back on Alice made such a big difference. 17 assists there. We're going to now look at the participation because everyone has pretty much full builds, but look at it, 94.4%. He was the MVP of this match, and that's why Theodu is such a better support. And that's what they needed to do in game 3, and that's exactly what they did. Beautiful, beautiful play. That last fight was everything, and it could not go better or well for Team Laos.